Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today we're back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about, as you can see by the title and the gameplay in the background, Final Fantasy 15. Now, this is my first impressions. I want to stress that this is not a review. I'm not going to give a score on it. I'm just going to give you my first thoughts while playing this game for around about 6 hours, I think, so far. Could be wrong, but around about 5 to 6 hours, and I'm about level 16 in the game, so that'll show you, tell you about my progression. I'm at chapter 3, and I've done a lot of side quests, so bear that in mind. Rambling aside, I just want to say this is not a review or anything like that. Second of all, I want to say, if you are super sensitive to like spoilers or anything like that, to do with the story, there is no spoilers in here. I'm just hunting animals at this point, so don't worry about that. I realise the game has just come out. You don't want the ending or major story plot spoiled to you, and you don't have to worry about that if you are watching this video. So yeah, let's just get into it and my first thoughts. Now, I'm going to be honest, when it came to the game, a few weeks before launch, I wasn't too confident with it. I thought if this comes out and is kind of like average or good, not great, but decent or okay, I'd have been good with that. Considering the development hell Square Enix and particularly Final Fantasy 15 have been through the last 10 years or whatever it's been. So that's absolutely, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting a very short campaign, a very small open world, not a lot to explore. And I couldn't have been more wrong. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This world is fully explorable. You can go anywhere in the world. It's really awesome. You have an awesome car that will take you there. You can change the decals on it. Now, I've kept the main one you get at the start of the game because it's awesome. You get like these 32-bit or whatever characters of the main characters in this game on the side of the car. I'm not going to change that. That's awesome, but you can change it if you want. And obviously the car is your main source of transport. Obviously you can unlock in the game chocobos. You have to get to, I think, about chapter 3 to unlock those. But yeah, you can unlock those and have them from certain gas stations and stuff. You can unlock them and stuff, which is really fun to ride around on. Is there any point? Is the car probably faster? Yes, but I'd rather ride the chocobo, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's really fun. And the car is awesome. You can listen to previous Final Fantasy sort of soundtracks. They've got a lot of music from Final Fantasy 7, the original Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 5. It's got a lot of them, and you can go to different like counters and stores and buy more music. So if you think, do you know what, I'd like some more music, go to every person who's selling stuff, and they should have some music with them, and that's really cool. I really like that. So like I said, it's fully customizable, the car. You can make it designed however the hell you want. You can make it look as cool as hell. You can make it look as ugly as hell. That's completely up to you and however you want to play it. And it does drive pretty well. If you play, you can choose to do automatic or manual driving. Yeah, it is pretty good. You can also just fast travel to places, but it's actually, in my opinion, unlike, for example, Mafia 3, when the driving got very boring and very repetitive. To me, I'm enjoying driving around in this world because I stick it on auto, put some cool Final Fantasy music in the background, and just prepare for the next fight or whatever. And I really like that little fact about that. Next up, the open world. Now, there's a lot of open world games, and I don't know if you guys agree. Let me know. But in my opinion, this generation, there's been these huge open worlds with a ton of space and a ton of stuff to do. That they claim there's a lot to do, there's a ton of space, but really there is no no life to the game. It's kind of very barren and empty. I think of, for example, Mad Max or Metal Gear Solid 5. Very good games in terms of story aspect, but the open world's very lifeless, it's very bland, there's not a ton of stuff to do. This is completely the opposite of that, and on the very basic, the story's completely different. I actually prefer this, if I'm going to be honest, so that may be a little bit controversial, but I actually prefer this to The Witcher 3. However, in The Witcher 3, when you play the game, there's a ton of stuff to do. There's a ton of enemies lurking around in the world. It's very similar to that in this game, and that's really cool. You can come across like level 2 enemies that you'll absolutely destroy, and then there'll be random level 30 or level 40 animals, and you're like, let me just run away from this because I cannot fight this at this point. So I really like that, and it's really fun just running around the world, leveling up, and all that sort of stuff is really awesome. So yeah, the open world is awesome, it's fun, and yeah, I absolutely love it. And when it comes to story, now I'm going to be very cryptic about it because I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but I really enjoy it. I didn't expect it to have a good story, but it actually does. It has a really awesome story so far. Now it could be awful at the end, I don't know, but it has a really decent story so far. And I really like the side quests. The side quests in the game feel a lot different to one another. There's a ton of differences in them. It doesn't feel like the same thing over and over and over again. There's a lot of variance to it, and that was my one complaint about The Witcher 3. I felt like the side quests in that game weren't particularly that good, in my opinion, whereas this game, I absolutely love doing all the side quests, in the game. So yeah, it's absolutely awesome so far, and I'm loving it so far. In terms of complaints, the only complaint I have so far, and it's a minor one, if I was going to review the game, I probably wouldn't even dock a point for it, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. But that is when there is now, I guess, minor spoiler, but it's not really, because I'm not saying what the character is or anything. But in the game, you can fight huge monsters. When those huge monsters or whatever attack you, sometimes the game can kind of glitch or whatever. Not glitch, but kind of the person will get stuck, so it's not quite a fluid combat system at that point. But that's only when you get the huge, massive bosses. Pretty much 99% of the people you're fighting, they're not, the combat is very fluid. It's very nice to play. It reminds me quite a lot, this game, of Kingdom Hearts. The combat style and stuff reminds me quite a lot of Kingdom Hearts. And if you like Kingdom Hearts, guarantee 100% you'll love this game. If you like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, you're probably going to like it even more. I like the fact that they kind of took some of the awesome stuff from the old games, and mixed it with more modern gameplay mechanics. It definitely feels like a next gen Final Fantasy. It feels like the step up from the PS3, 2, and 1 games, at least on a technical aspect, in my opinion. So I absolutely not, apart from that one little thing where the boss was kind of glitching a little bit, he got kind of stuck and was, I don't know what he was doing, but it looked like he was moonwalking. It was weird. But apart from that one incident, I haven't had another problem with this game. Graphically, now obviously you'll see I'm recording at 1080p on my PS4 Pro. So it should look decent, at least. Now there is a resolution option in the game. You can choose between, I believe it's 1440p and 1800p. Now I don't have a 4K TV, but you do get better anti-aliasing and better graphics on a 1080p TV with the higher resolution. Now it says the game runs better at the lower resolution, but they're both 30 frames per second. So, and I switch between the two frequently. All I can say, and this is from my opinion, my messed up eyes or whatever, is that you can see a significant difference in the resolution bump when you push that up, but I didn't notice a noticeable drop in performance when I pushed that up. Now that could just be me, you know, I'm not Digital Foundry, I don't have analysis kits. This is just my opinion, but I didn't really see much of a difference, to be honest with you. Now, I can't say if this is a good pro patch, a terrible pro patch, because I haven't played the PS4 version. It may look exactly the same, it may look a lot worse. I cannot speak on that. But yeah, in general, guys, this is just a quick video, probably longer than it needed to be, but I hope you guys enjoy. Basically, would I recommend, after 6 hours, buying Final Fantasy 15? Absolutely. There's a ton of stuff to do. There's a ton of, like, you can fish in the game, you can play arcade games in the game, you can just do a ton of stuff. Whatever you really want to do. It's a massive open world and it's a lot of fun, and the story's really good and the graphics are amazing. So I can't really put this down on much stuff at all. Even trying to look at it in a negative eye, there's only one thing, and even then it wasn't a big deal. So that's just my opinion though, guys. Let me know, have you played Final Fantasy? Is it any good? Do you enjoy it? Are you like myself? And yeah, I think, to be honest, so far this generation, I think this could be, if it keeps up to the same level, which is very difficult in a huge open world RPG, but if it stays to the same level that it is now, I think this is the best RPG this generation, in my humble, probably wrong, but you know, my opinion. But again, let me know down below, guys, your thoughts. But until next time, guys, this has been Eminem Gaming. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in a new video.